around this minute. What's up? It's George the Fragrance Press, and we're in Scotland. Not only are we in Scotland, we're in Edinburgh. Right, think about this for a second. Today we're going to be reviewing Angel Men Pure Malt, one of my favourite fragrances of all time. You know that already. If you've watched my channel for a long time, just trying to make sure that I don't kill the there, that it can rest. Look at that. That's mise-en-scène right there. That's cinematography. Rick, are you paying attention? That is that is cinematography right there, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So not only am I reviewing Angel Men Pure Malt, we are in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, the capital of whiskey. Right? In my mind, in some way, we've made it. I think that we've made it. This is going to be probably one of my proudest reviews I've ever done. One of my favourites I've ever done. Because we've actually made it, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it. Right? We've achieved something here. We really are, like, actively achieving something. We're reviewing this bad boy, Pure Malt, in the capital of whiskies, and in particular, single malts. There's a lot of distilleries in Scotland. Scotland is, of course, the home of Scotland. My God. Scotland is, of course, the home of whiskey. It's the home of single malt whiskies, and here more than ever the choice of whiskies is absolutely insane. So let's go and have a walk around Edinburgh. I'm going to show you some of the whiskey shops, and who knows, we might even be able to do a part of this review in an actual whiskey shop whilst drinking whiskey. And at that point, there's just no going back. This will be the greatest review of all time. Right, come on, let's go. I want to say something here, and this is truly how I feel. This is an absolute honour and an absolute privilege to be doing this video. I know that sounds like a load of bollocks, but the history that I have here in Edinburgh, the love that I have for Edinburgh. Edinburgh is my favourite city in the entire world. I resonated with it immediately. I've never felt that about anywhere else. Like, it's just as soon as I was in Edinburgh, I was just like, this is it. This is where I'm going to live. This is where I could potentially grow old, you know, have a wife, have a family. So it's a very personal place, a very special place. And the fact that I'm going to be doing a review of Angel Men Pure Malt, which, I mean, I loved the idea of Angel Men Pure Malt when I first smelt it, or when I first heard of it anyway, you know, because malt whiskey, and, you know, I was born and bred in Scottish. I do identify as Scottish, if that means anything. You know, but I spent the first 11 years of my life in Scotland, in rural Scotland, and so when I came to Edinburgh, it was just kind of like, I recognised so many elements about my childhood and my upbringing, but sort of like on steroids, on a huge scale. And so when I heard of Pure Malt, that was the fact that it was to do with Scotland and Scottish whiskey and heritage and all that. It's a bit gimmicky, but I appreciated that they would do that, and I smelt it, and you're going to find out my thoughts on it. But it does remind me of home, and there is something very cosy and very Scottish about Angel Men Pure Malt. There really is. So the fact that I'm doing it here in my home country, in the capital of my own country, in my favourite city, this is a really special review to me, and I'm so glad that you're here watching this. And we're gonna have a roller coaster today, friends. So I'll show you around. Let's go drinking as well. If we're going to do a review about Pure Malt, I'm going to have some whiskey. I'm going to talk you through the whiskey. I'm going to talk you through how similar it is to whiskies and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be great, right? Let's go and do it. Dear God. There are certain parts of this city I don't like. And this is definitely one of them. Come on, let's do it. Hope you'll notice I'm wearing my Scottish trousers today, because, you know, I'm serious about this. Mate, I'm actually really excited. I can't believe this. This is such a sodding walk though, isn't it? Bloody hell. But you can't get to the top without, you know, climbing. Wow. I mean, that's a quote right there. Stairs. Oh man. Chris, help, mate. Manny, Peter, anybody. Oh God. Dear God. Right, I'm glad that's over. Now, I can't show you all of Edinburgh. I can't, but I can show you one of my absolute favourite places in Edinburgh. And that's the High Street. The Royal Mile. You can even hear them, can't you? You can even hear the bagpipes. And there's a street show going on. Look at this place. Just look at it. It's so amazing. It's just amazing. It's just so beautiful. It's just like I can't even describe it. Let me just hang on. I can't even describe it. It's ethereal, you know. It's just like it's a thing you can't even put into words. It's just the most beautiful city ever. I just feel so like at home. And it's just amazing. I think I love my aesthetics. I love my old school aesthetics. But like everything looks good. You have to understand, I've been, you know, filming the cutaways. They're easy. They're so easy to film, the cutaways, because everything looks gorgeous. So would you like this? Angel Men Pure Malt is, well, I'm going to have to give a disclaimer right here, which is, right now, this is Angel Men Pure Malt, and it's very good, and it's fantastic, it's amazing. But with the takeover of L'Oreal with Thierry Mugler, I don't know what this is going to be in the next few months. I don't. So what I'd say is, please, if you do like this review and you do like the sound of it, get it now. But after the L'Oreal takeover, the review that I give here might not necessarily be how it is anymore. If anything else, I want to give a beautiful send-off to what Angel Men Pure Malt is and what it's done for me. But what I get out of this, how I work it is, I mean, I wear this every time I come to Edinburgh. It is so perfect for, you know, it's equipped for cold Scottish weather in the autumn. Sometimes it's great in the winter as well. It's not necessarily the colder the better. I'd say that today, again, is absolutely perfect, spellbindingly perfect for Angel Men Pure Malt. Don't worry, I'm just, yeah. It's absolutely perfect for colder weather, and it's warming and it's comforting, and it has that sort of boozy nuance that we're going to get into the scent. But it's just phenomenal. It's versatile. It's not too sweet. It's not sickly or anything like that. So it is fantastic for, I'd say, cool weather and evenings. If you're wanting a night out fragrance that has something about it that isn't just completely sugary and actually has that warm, woody whiskey accord, it's very unique in that. It's not like Single Malt by Killian, that's just alcohol. Although I enjoy that, it just feels as though, I mean, I might as well have just poured like whiskey and vodka on myself. This takes the best elements of a whiskey fragrance or a boozy fragrance and changes it up so that it's more warming, it's more enjoyable, it's more user-friendly, and so it takes the best elements of that. So if you're wanting a fantastic alternative to like a night out scent, but you don't want to smell designery and sugary, if you want a fantastic signature scent for cold weather, and if you want something that is going to warm up your day, that people are going to really enjoy, and has that fun, happy, boozy kind of centric smell, but it also has this lovely undercurrent of wood that smells quite mature, smells as though you know what you're doing. It's perfect for that. I think it's perfect for me because I, you know, do like to get a bit fun, and I do enjoy, you know, being out here, but I also want to have you know, a decorum, a class. I want to give out a vibe of I'm warm and fun, but you know, I'm not crazy, I'm not insane. And Angel Men Pure Malt is just fantastic for that. It's a pleasure to wear, it's fun, it's delicious, women do really love it, and people in general love it because it's tasty. You know, it's got that gourmand-like feel, as in you really could eat it. So it's just phenomenal for that. So there you have it, friends. Oh my god, I can't believe we're going to do this. This is about to become the greatest fragrance of all time. This is, oh god, how do I do this? Hang on a second. This is one of my favourite whiskies of all time. This is the Highland Park 18 edition, which is 18 years, of course. The gentleman in the shop has allowed me to just take some video with Angel Men Pure Malt. I find it quite a beautiful moment to have Angel Men Pure Malt, even though the lighting isn't. This is going to be probably a bit grainy, guys. Very sorry. But it's so cool to have pure malt with all the whiskies. It's quite, I'm such a nerd, but it's quite a beautiful moment. That is too. Okay, so here are the American bourbons. Got some Jim Beam, got some Evan Williams, which is like the lowest of the low, but well. You've got some of the, what's it called? The blendeds here. You've got Chevy's Regal, probably one of the best blends on the market. You've got Bell's, which of course everybody knows. You've got Irish whiskies, and you've got Japanese whiskies. Incredible. So let's talk about presentation really quickly. I personally think that this is the most beautiful of the Angel Men bottles. I think the blue on the original Angel just doesn't really quite, I don't think that really fits. I think that leather is kind of cool, but especially with the sort of the false leather texture, and Ultra Zest is kind of ridiculous, but it kind of worked out because the scent's great. But to me, pound for pound, Angel Men Pure Malt has got the most aesthetically pleasing bottle with the orange whiskey colour, which matches perfectly with what an actual whiskey looks like. I don't know, it's very striking, it's very manly, very masculine. I think I've always loved it, and I think that the Angel Men design in general is quite a good one. I like the way that it revolves around the star, which is of course a reference to the original Angel bottle. But for me, yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 is the presentation. I think it's solid, I think it looks really neat in my collection, so a solid presentation. My favourite from the line. I really love that, you have all these incredible, stunning, beautiful whiskies, the Arons and all that, and then you just see Canadian Club just chilling on its own. Like, I shouldn't be here. I know I shouldn't be here. I'm the odd one out. Canadian Club sucks. One of the worst whiskies of all time. I'm just like, no hate to Canada, but Canadian Club sucks. I love whiskey. I've not always loved whiskey, but I've loved whiskey for, bloody hell, sorry mate. I've loved whiskey for about 4 or 5 years. The first whiskey experience I ever had was in New York, actually. That's when I had my first ever bourbon when I was 21. But I moved back to Scotland for about 6 months, and I don't know, I get it, you know what I mean? Like, I totally get the whole single malt deal. It's warming, it's comforting, it's woody, it's just very beautiful. Pardon the screaming, that's more shows. So yeah, let's do the scent. This is actually quite an expensive whiskey I've bought for the occasion. It's one of my favourites. It's called Highland Park. It's called Highland Park 18. This is £13.50 a shot. Now that sounds kind of outrageous in one way, but considering the amount of money that I've spent on fragrance, this is a drop in the ocean, mate. Highland Park 18 is not what this fragrance reminds me of, by the way. This Highland Park is very woody, but it's also quite sweet. Mate, I'm in the middle of a video. Thank you. No, go away. Thank you. Thank you. Fucking hell. Sorry, that was my inner Scotsman coming out there, right there. Bloody hell. Oh, mate, the guy's only just trying to make a living. I'm sorry, but it's just like, dude, come on. Can he not see the camera? Can he not see I'm in the middle of a shot? So, yeah, like, Highland Park 18 is very woody. It's very, but quite woody, but quite sweet. And so it's got this kind of beautiful kind of aggression, but it's got this bit of sugar. This to me is one of the most perfect whiskies in the world, Highland Park 18. It's quite pricey, but it's far better than, superior than like Highland Park 12. So what does Angel Men Pure Malt smell of? The truth of the matter is it's not like a single malt whiskey. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble, but it's not really. What it actually is, I've always thought it's like a whiskey dessert or a whiskey truffle. That's the best way, because a truffle is very full-bodied. All right, it's very thick, and Angel Men with this single malt DNA, the Angel Men DNA is already very thick. It's, you know, very unwieldy and very full. So you add this kind of whiskey element, and not to burst anybody's bubble, but this was not Angel Men, and then they put it in like a freaking oak barrel or whatever it is that they said. That's not how this went down at all. It's a good fantasy, but that's not how it is. At the beginning, you get actually quite a soapiness, which is from the Angel Men DNA. So yeah, like literally like a bar of soap, a nice, like, good solid soapiness. And then you get the whiskey alcoholic liqueur kind of vibe, and there is kind of a whiskey, but I'd say that it's more like a Midland whiskey. Midland whiskies in Scotland are very fruity. They're quite light, and they have this fruity floral kind of thing. That is what Angel Men Pure Malt is. If there's any whiskey DNA that this is kind of borrowing from, it's the Midland floral fruity vibe. You've got the chocolate, you've got the fruit, you've got the florally alcoholic elements that seem like it's very classy. Like I said in the intro, it's classy, and it's fun. It's perfect. It's amazing. I just found out that my card's full, so I hope that worked out, because I'm not redoing that. I hope that the camera audio is okay, but I really just gave you everything there. So, bombs up. So I've just found this a bar that serves over 400 whiskies. I'm drinking an Aaron Gold, which has been in a masala-based cask, so it's got like a white wine finish. It's absolutely gorgeous. Bloody hell. But projection is great. It's solid. Everything about the performance is solid, as in it's not too much, it's not overpowering, it's not over the top, it's not overboard, which of course I really wouldn't want it to be. You wouldn't want something like this to be that, because then it would lose the sort of the delicate, comforting, warming, homely vibe to it. If anything else, it's just solid, and people will smell you, and it's strong enough to be noticed and strong enough to be heard, but it's not over the top. It's just a great performance, actually, especially in a design realm. And then longevity actually is like really strong. It's always been really strong. So you've got this really great, solid projection that's not overbearing, but good and fulfilling. And I'd give that a 4 out of 5. The longevity, though, I'm still going to put it as a 4, but I'm talking like a solid 4, like a strong 4, like pushing to 5. In the longevity, you know, this can go on for hours and hours and hours. You know, because it's very thick and very syrupy. On the skin, it's about 12 hours plus easily. But on the clothes, on your clothing, yeah, you're gonna have to wash it off. So yeah, it's like, actually no, that's wrong. It's a 5 when I think about it, because I usually have to have a shower afterwards after I've worn this after a night out. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give longevity 5 out of 5. So projection 4 out of 5, longevity 5 out of 5. Incredible. So this is the fragrance price, a little bit tipsy, but signing off in Edinburgh. To me, when I smell this, it is a very big part of my life, encompassed in a part of my life that I feel very passionate about, which is fragrance. This to me is Scottish culture, the warmth, the love, the tweeness, the humbleness, the coziness, the comfort, all rolled into one. Out of everything, I'm going to be cheeky as hell. I'm going to give Angel Men Pure Malt a 6 out of 5. You know, I love it. 6 out of 5. I've only given 2 fragrances that rating ever. Well, with Kisses Rain, I gave the scent 6 out of 5. But with Angel Men Pure Malt, for everything, for just the whole nub of it, for the fact that I'm here in Edinburgh and wearing this fragrance to its fullest potential, 6 out of 5. Angel Man Pure Malt. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Press. Thank you for enjoying Edinburgh with me. This has been a very personal review. I've really loved it. I've really enjoyed it, doing it, and I hope that you get the love and the passion out of this review onto you. So check out Angel Men Pure Malt if it's still in the state that it is on this, you know, at the time of this review. And also, live a little. Visit this city. It's one of the greatest cities on this planet right now. Visit Edinburgh. Edinburgh Tourist Board, you can pay me later. I should probably send this to them. I really should. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Price. Thank you.